We're continuing on with our devotional on words, and today's devotional is called Encouraging, and we're talking about encouraging words. There's a verse in the Bible that says he appointed military officers over the people and assembled them before him in the square and encouraged them with these words. And what he said was, be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid or discouraged because of a certain king and his vast army, because there is a greater power with us than him. And with him is only the arm of flesh, but with us is the Lord God to help fight our battles. So the people gained confidence from those encouraging words from their king Hezekiah. So encouraging words. There just aren't enough in this world, in my opinion. Commercials discourage with their talk of medications and their side effects, which scream louder than any benefits of the same. The nightly news is full of the latest shootings or misconduct or a disaster or global warming or another athlete that's in trouble for something or this week's shooting. And these are all discouraging words. And they're what fills the air around us on a regular basis. And inflation, with the cost of groceries rising or any other world status information we need to hear that incites fear, unrest, discontentment, and yes, even anger. So what about encouraging words? Well, when armies in war were surrounding this group of people, they needed to hear something encouraging. But not only encouraging, but they needed to be truthful words. It's not helpful to hear that the universe is trying to tell us to cheer up, or that if we just attend this seminar or see that therapist that we'll be fine. Those might be helpful words, but encouraging words need to be bookended with the truth. Look at what the people were told. First of all, to be strong and courageous. They were feeling weak and vulnerable, in line for attack. So words that spoke to their weakness and counteracted with victory needed to be heard. Think about a football team when they're losing the game and they're in the locker room with the coach. The team might be discouraged because they're behind, but a good coach will remind the team of their strengths and encourage them to work together and go out there again and win. Next, the people are told to not be afraid or discouraged. It's interesting that being strong and courageous was mentioned first, because they definitely needed strength and courage to not be fearful or discouraged. Fear is crippling, and discouragement leads to depression, and both of those result in inactivity and lethargy, and certainly not victory. So these 4 directives and adjectives, be strong and courageous, not fearful or discouraged, are encouraging words that we can stand on and repeat to ourselves daily. They're the meat of what we need to think about, those good and noble and right things that need to fill our minds. And why? So let's take those words and set them on the shelf of our minds like books, with these words written on the binding, and hold them up with these bookends of truth. Because there is a greater power that's in us than with any army coming against us. Then the Lord God is with us to fight our battles. You see, encouraging words are great, but if they're not held up by the truth, they're just words that don't result in confidence. But the truth is that in any circumstance of daily battles, nothing is formed against us that can prosper because of Christ who lives in us. And our strength is not in ourselves, it's his fight, not ours. We can be strong and courageous, unafraid and encouraged, because it's not up to us to conquer or fight, it's up to him. A small little comparison, but have you ever been with a friend or with your husband or a leader that knows where they are, where they're going, and has the capacity to get you there? When I ride with my husband and he's driving, I can close my eyes, get out at our destination, walk around, follow him back to the car without ever having to worry about a misstep, because he knows the streets and he knows where we're going. He remembers where we parked. He's a strong arm on which I can lean and rest, and his mind is at ease because he knows the city. He's in it all week, and I can just enjoy the outing. It's so much bigger and grander with him. When he's with us, we can be encouraged because he's been here before. He's navigated life, death, and resurrection, and he's already won for us. Encouraging words, hear them, set them on the shelves of your mind, and hold them with the bookends of truth, and then invite anyone who's near you to read them and hear them and take them home for their mental shelf library as well. Free for the taking, the digesting, the believing, and the living. Encouraging words.